Guys, can you tell me whether I'm audible and screen is visible? Then we'll start the class, okay? 1 minute. Yeah. You can tell me whether I'm audible and screen is visible. Then we'll go for the start the class. Okay, thank you. Okay, fine. Fine, guys. Today we are going to start a first chapter, that is a sexual reproduction in the flowering plant. One. Okay, fine, guys. So let us start. Guys, we are going to start the sexual reproduction in the flowering plant. I think you already have the idea about the flowering plant, that is a angiosperms, right? In the angiosperm, the sexual reproduction also takes place, and asexual reproduction also will take place in some plants. Okay, fine. So let us study about that. For studying this chapter, you should have the idea about morphology of the flowering plant and also the cell cycle. In that we'll study about the mitosis and meiosis and all the thing, right? You should have the idea about those all the thing. Okay, fine. Let us start the class, guys. Guys, can you tell me when the flower comes to your mind, what do you think about the flowers? In which all the occasions you will use the flowers? What thing will come to your mind when you think about the flower? Freshness will come to your mind, right? When you think about the flower, because in the early morning you see the flower blooming, means you'll think that it's like very good morning, right? Yes or no? Yeah, beauty of nature, very good. Any other thing? Yeah, very good. Whenever you see the flowers nearby your home, you'll feel like very nice, right? It's like beautiful, it looks very beautiful. Very good, Nishashri. Yes. And for which all the occasion you will use the flowers, guys? For the expression of the devotion for the god, right? Expression of the love, and for the puja, and for the celebration and all the things you will use the flowers, right? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, guys, fine. So let us study more about the flower, guys. Okay, fine. And what are the things you are going to study mainly in this chapter is, first we'll study about the what is the flower. Okay, flower. Then we are going to talk about the, here mainly we are talking about the sexual reproduction. For that we have to study the pre-fertilization event. Pre-fertilization event means what? Before the fertilization, before the meeting of male and female gamete, what are the things to be happen? Okay, that we are going to study in the pre-fertilization event. Then double fertilization. I think you studied in the plant kingdom, right? Double fertilization is a characteristic feature of which one? Gymnosperm or angiosperm? Double fertilization is a characteristic feature of gymnosperm or angiosperm, guys. Very good, Datta. Yes, it is used for the decoration purpose, right? Yeah. Double fertilization. Very good, Nisha. It is a angiosperm characteristics, right? Yeah. And we are going to learn about the double fertilization. And after the fertilization, what are the things is going to be formed? You know that the seed is going to be formed and the ovary is going to form and all the thing, right? We are going to study that in the post-fertilization event. Okay. Then we are going to study the apomixis and the polyembryony. Okay. Fine. So let us study about this all the things, guys. Whenever you are studying any chapter, kindly see which are the content you are going to study. Okay. And after you are reading, just tick mark that. You will get some of this, some like satisfaction that you are read that content fully like that. Okay. Fine. First, we will go to the flower, guys. Okay. So here I brought one flower for you. Okay. So now you have to tell me which are the parts I will show you. You have to tell me which are those parts are. Okay. And before that, I will tell you all flowering plants show the sexual reproduction. Yes. Okay. Then flowers in the flowering plant, mainly in the angiosperm, the where the sexual reproduction is going to be taken place is that flower. Okay. When we studied about the plant kingdom, in that we studied algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, and the gymnosperm, right? And in the gymnosperm, where the male gamete and female gametes are there, in the cones, we have studied in the cones, right? Here, mainly, it is going to be produced in the flower. Okay. Fine. So we'll study about that. Several hormones are required for the flowering. So that mainly we will call as the florigen. Okay. The hormone which is required for the flowering, that is called as the florigen. And some of the environmental conditions also required for the flowering. Okay. Yes. Very good, Jane. We have very. Yes. Okay. Then inflorescence bear the buds and then flower. I think, can anyone tell me, guys, what do you mean by inflorescence?
Arrangement of sepals and petals and flowers.
Very good, very good. The arrangement of the flowers, right? The arrangement of the flowers is called as the inflorescence. The arrangement of the flowers in the plant is called as the inflorescence. Here you can see, right? Here the flowers are arranged in this plant, right? That is called as the inflorescence. I think you studied in the morphology of the flowering plant, right? Okay. So have you seen, guys, whenever the flower is budding, before the flower is budding, you can see that buds of the flower, right? On the apical region, you can see the buds of the flower, right? Can you tell me, guys, where is this message for the flowering is to be come from? I think I am just asking idea. If you have the idea, where is that message from the flowering? You have to flower. That message will come from starting. Leaf. Very good, Jane. We have it. Yes. So that will come from the leaves. Okay. Some of the chemicals that will arises in the leaf first, then synthesized in the leaves first. Then that chemicals will go to the shoot. Okay. That will go to the move to the shoot. Then there the flower bud is going to be formed. Okay. So in the shoot, the flower is going to be formed. Okay. The message will come from the leaf. Remember that. Okay. So here you can see this is a flower bud, and I think you have seen this type of the flower bud in your home also. Okay, fine. Let us study about the structure of the flower, guys. Okay, so we will start from here. Okay, I will see this. I have taken the hibiscus flower here. China rose also you can call it as. Here you can see. Can you tell me, guys, what is this part? What is this part, guys? What is this green part called as?
Talc.
You can send a message, guys. Message me in the chat box. This part, pedicel. Very good. Very good, very good. Yes, talc also we can call it as. This is nothing but the pedicel, right? Pedicel, yes. Can you see this, guys? A green color spiny-like structure you can see. What is this called as? Green color spiny-like. After the pedicel, you can see what is this green color called as? Yes, bracts also we can call it as. Yes, yes, it is called as epicalyx. Remember, epicalyx. Epicalyx. Okay, it is called as a epicalyx. In the hibiscus, you can see this. Okay, you can call it as bract also. Okay. Then after this, what is this green color is called as? What is this green color? You can see green color is there, right? What is that whirl of green color is called as? Very good, very good. It is called as a sepals, right? The green color is called as nothing but the sepals. And what is this? A colored color you can see. What is this colored colored whirl you can see, guys? That is nothing but the petals, right? That is nothing but the petals, right? Okay. Then here you can see, guys, this is a petal. Can you tell me, guys, why these petals are colored? Why these petals are colored, guys? To attract humans. Yeah, flowers having the pigments, Very good. Attack or attract? Attract or attack? Yes, attract. Very good, very good. To attract the pollinators, to attract the insects, right? To attract the pollinators or the insects, the petals are the colored. You cannot see only the red color. You can see different types of the colors are there for the petals in the flowers, right? Okay. For that, for attracting the insect, they will give the reward also, right? Okay. So let us study about that. Then coming to these all are non-reproductive part. Okay, what we studied now, the sepals, petals, and all the things. So these all are the non-reproductive part, guys. Okay, let us come to the reproductive part of the flower. Reproductive part of the flower is this part. Okay, you can see this part, right? So here you can see this red color is there, right? It is called as a style. Okay, this is called as a style, and here in this you can see the yellow color. You can see, right, guys? See here in the hibiscus, this part yellow color containing, that is called as the male reproductive part. That is nothing but stamen. Okay, and yellow color we can see, right? That is called as a anther. Okay, and you can see here this part you can see, right? A red color part, that is nothing but the stigma. That is nothing but the stigma. That is nothing but the female reproductive part. Female reproductive part. Okay, fine. And here you can see, if you remove this all the things petals here means, you can see this part. This part is nothing but the, what is this part is called as? Ovary, right? Here the ovary is present. In this part, inside this part, ovary will be present. Very good. Ovaries are present there. Okay, fine. I think inside ovules are present. Inside you can see the ovules. Okay, inside of this white part you can see the ovules. Okay, fine. Let us see this diagram and we can explain. So here you can see a green part. A green part is nothing but the sepals. Okay, in the flowers we have the four whorls, right, guys? Four whorls we will call that. Okay, so sepals, the whorl of the sepals, whorl of the calyx. Okay, the whorl of the calyx is called as the sepals. Okay, the whorl of the petals is called as. Can anyone tell me the whorl of petals is called as? Corolla. Very good. The whorl of sepals is called as, sorry, petals is called as corolla, right? And these are the nothing but the non-reproductive part, and this you can call it as pedicel, right? This is the pedicel. Then this part you can see, this is nothing but the male reproductive part. This is the stamen. Stamen, and here you can see this is nothing but the carpel. Carpel, right? Carpel, or also we can call it as the carpel. Will also call it as what, guys? Very good. Yeah, it is called as the gynaecium. Gynaecium we will call it as, guys. Okay, for the male we can call it as the andrecium. For the females we will call it as the gynaecium. Okay, yes. For example, so many stamens are there, right? Together all the stamens we will call it as the andrecium. Okay, together all the carpel. Okay, together all the carpel, or we can call it as, yeah, together all the carpel are together with the pistil, all we will call as the gynaecium. Gynaecium. Okay, so I think you understood the structure of the flower. Okay, remember there are four whorls will be there. Okay, we studied this. Okay, then we will study about guys, do you have any questions in the flowering part, flower part? Do you understood? Understood, right? Okay, fine. Now let us talk about the male reproductive part. Okay, so male reproductive part now only we studied, right? This yellow color part you can see that we are going to study now. Okay, fine, guys. Here you can see, guys, if you zoom out zoom in, here you can see zoom in here means this is called as an anther. Okay, so here this anther you can see a yellow color part, right? This yellow color part we will call as the anther. Okay, and that part, the filament is there, right? That we are going to be called as the stalk. Stalk are the filament. Okay, so together we are going to call as what? Stamen. Okay, together anther and the stalk or the filament we are going to call it as stamen. Stamen is nothing but the male, or it is called as the male reproductive part or the andrecium. Okay, andrecium is the male reproductive part of the flower, and it consisting of the whorl of the stamens. Whorl of the stamens. Remember, the number and length of the stamens will be vary in the different flowers. Okay, Okay. So you know that where that pollen grain is going to be formed? The pollen grain is going to be formed in the anther. Okay. In the anther, the pollen grain is going to be formed. Here only you can see that it will look like the some dusted yellow color, right? That dusted yellow color is nothing but the pollen grain. Okay. Fine. 1 minute. Okay. So here you have a question, guys, which is called as a male reproductive organ in the plants. Option A, stamen. Option B, anther. Option C, stigma. Option D, pollen grain. I will run the poll. You can
Answer.
answer. Very good, very good. 1 minute. I will launch the poll. You can answer me. Answer me in the poll, guys. Sorry, sorry. 1 minute. Yeah. I launched the poll. You can go to the. Very good, very good. I am getting the correct answer. Remember, guys, remember what do you mean by male reproductive organ and male reproductive, sorry, male reproductive organ and male gametophyte. Here in the plant, if I talk about the male gametophyte means what you will tell, guys? Male gametophyte. I'm sharing the result here. 38% given A and 56% B and C is 0% and D is 6%. Okay. Here we are talking about a male reproductive organ. Okay. Now only we studied. Stamen is a male reproductive organ. Yes or no? In the stamen, we studied two part will be there. Yes or no? Which are those two part? One is a anther and another is a style or filament. Style or the filament. Right. If I talk about only anther is a male reproductive organ, that is correct or wrong? Wrong, right? Because this together with the anther and style is called as the male reproductive part. That is nothing but the stamen, right? Then here the anther. No, anther is not only the male reproductive organ. So together with the anther, style should be there. Wrong. Then coming to the stigma. Stigma is the female reproductive organ. No, it will not come under the correctly. Then coming to the pollen grain. Is that pollen grain correct, guys? Pollen grain
No, ma'am.
is, yeah, that is a male gametophyte, right? No, right? Male gametophyte. Gametophyte. If they ask about the which is a male gamete, you can answer pollen grain is a male gamete. Which is a male reproductive organ, you can answer stamen is a male reproductive organ, not anther. I think you understood this answer, guys. Okay. You have to, yeah, you have to think before answering. Sometime you will get the confused. Right. Very good, Larti. Yes, Pa. No, 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 no problem, Pa. Okay. Okay. Exactly. Suddenly we see the question means suddenly we'll get confusion. We have to think. Okay. No problem. Fine. Let us go to the male reproductive part only. We studied that parts of the stamens are filament and anther. Here you can see the anther is bilobed. It will look like this. No, guys. It will be look like this, right? It is consisting of the two lobe, right? 1 and 2, right? This is the two lobe. So that's why it is called as bilobed. Bilobed. In the anther. In the anther it is bilobed. Okay. And here you can see, let us talk about the filament here. This filament is attached to the thalamus. Okay. This is attached to the thalamus. What do you mean by thalamus, guys? We studied that on the thalamus, all the floral parts is attached in the thalamus, right? So there you can see this is called as a thalamus. I have removed that. This lower part we will call as a thalamus. On that only all the parts are arranged, right? So yes, stalk also attached to the thalamus only. Okay. From where it is attached? Here see, guys. So the proximal end is attached to the thalamus. Here you can see, if we talk about this is as the filament, this part is called as a proximal. Proximal, nearer. Proximal. Near end. Near end is attached to the thalamus. Okay. Distal end. On the distal end, what is there to the filament? On the distal end, far end of the filament, it is having the anther. Okay. The filament Starting end, it will be start with the thalamus only, right? Starting end near to the proximal, it is having the thalamus. Okay. Whereas the distal end is having the anther. Remember. Okay. The anther is terminal. You can see the anther terminal. Anther is the terminal. Okay. And it is bilobed. Here you can see I told already it is a bilobed. If we cut that bilobed, okay, that is having the tooth decay. We will study about that. Dithecus. Okay, remember each lobe, okay, for example, this is a lobe, right? This is a lobe. If I cut these lobes, okay, if I cut these lobes, it will looks like this, okay. Each lobe consisting of the two theca. This one, this is a two, this is a one, this is two, right? This is called as a dithecus. Remember, each lobe, okay, each lobe, single lobe is dithecus. Okay, here you can see in this, right? See, this is a one lobe and this is another lobe. Both are dithecus. I think you understood this. Let us go to the next. Okay, see here, guys. See here. I have taken the male reproductive part now. What is that male reproductive part? Stamen. I have taken the stamen. Now, in the stamen, I am going to cut the anther. See here, anther, I'm going to cut the anther. You know how to do the slice of the cucumber and the tomato, right? Like that, we are going to do the slice of the anther now. Okay. Now, I sliced the anther now means it will show the two, the anther is having the two lobes, right? It will look like this if I do the slice. Okay. If I do the slice, it will be looks like this. It is a dithecus. Each lobe as the each lobe as the two compartment means totally we can see the four compartments here. Right? See here. There is a microscopic view. If you cut that and you can make a thin slice of that, and if you see that in a microscope, if you see that in a microscope means it will look like this. Right? Okay. So here we can explain you guys. See here. This is having the two lobes, right? See here. This is the first lobe. This is the second lobe. Okay. These two lobes are connected together by a connective tissue. Connective tissue. Okay. The each lobe are connected by the connective tissue. And in the each lobe, you can see a tooth decay will be there. Two Zika will be there. Dithecus will call as a dithecus. Totally we have four now. Okay. Totally we have a four. And inside you can see guys, this is a whole like you can things you are looking right. That is called as a microsporo microsporogen. Okay. Here you can see that microspores. Microspores is going to be produced inside this. Okay. Microspores. Okay. So here we can call it as microsporogens. Okay. Fine. The cut section is showing the tetragonal structure. Okay, I'm getting so many chats. 1 minute. Yeah, I have on mute. Okay, fine. See here, guys. So here you can see the four parts mainly. Okay, four layers are there. Our microsporangium. Here you can see inside our microsporangium. Our hero is there. Okay, our hero is there. Microsporangium. Okay, our hero is surrounded by the four walls. Okay, our hero is surrounded by the four walls. Here you can see which is the first wall. The first wall is nothing but the
அப்பா
epidermis.
குளிக்கலாம் தண்ணி எடுத்து ஊத்தி
1 minute.
வச்சாங்க
Who is, can you do the mute?
இவருக்கு
1 minute. Okay. Okay. The first part is nothing but the epidermis. Okay. The second part is endothelium. Here you can see the second part which is covered is the endothelium. And the third part, you can see the third part, the third layer which is surrounding the microsporangium is the middle layer. And the fourth layer that is surrounding the microsporangium is nothing but the tapetum. Tapetum. Okay. And here you can see, guys, a microsporangium is here. Microsporangium is covered by first layer covered by microsporangium is tapetum. Okay. Later middle layer, then endothelium and epidermis. Kindly remember this all the four layers which is covering the microsporangium in order also they will ask. Okay. First is epidermis, then is endothelium, then is middle layer, then last is a multi-layered, that is a tapetum. Tapetum is multi-layer, many layer is there, okay? And you have to remember, tapetum is multi-nucleated. Multi-nucleated. In the, you know that in one cell, one nucleus will be there, right? But in the tapetum, there will be a more nucleus will be there. More than one nuclei will be there. So that's why it is called as multi-nucleated. And what are the functions of this, all the layers, okay? So see here, guys. There four layers we studied, right? The epidermis and endothelium and middle layer. This all the three layers are protective in function. Protective in function, and they also help in dehiscence. What do you mean by dehiscence? We'll study later. Okay. So they all are protective in function. And then coming to the tapetum is just after the microsporangium, right? After the hero, it's like a mother to the hero. Okay. What the mother will do to us? Can you tell me, guys? What mother will do to us? What mother will do to us mainly? In the starting, for a baby, you can think. For a baby, what the mother will do? Mother will be feed, right? Very good. The nourishment will get, right? The nourishment for the baby will come from the mother, right? Like that. Here you can see for the baby. Now the microsporangium, for the microsporangium, the nourishment will come from the tapetum. Okay. Tapetum is helps in the nourishment. Okay. Remember, guys, these questions will come from this question will arise in the need. You have to remember. Okay. Tapetum is helps in the nourishment, and all the other three layers helps in the protection and also in the dehiscence. Okay, fine. I think you understood about this. Here you can see this layer in the microscopic structure, guys. Okay, see here. Can you tell me, guys, where is the pollen grain is going to be formed? In which structure? You can message me only. Don't unmute yourself. You can message here. Yeah, from the sporogenous tissue, right? From the sporogenous tissue, in the microsporangium, the pollen grain is going to be formed, right? Here you can see the microscopic structure explanation, guys. The outer layer is epidermis, and after epidermis, you can see here this layer. Okay, this layer, column-like structures you can see, right? That is nothing but the endothelium. And between the endothelium and the tapetum, between the endothelium and the tapetum, which layer is present, guys? Middle layer, right? Middle layer is present between the tapetum and the endothelium. This type also they will ask questions. Remember, okay? And these three layers, endothelium, epidermis, and the middle layer involved in the protection, whereas the tapetum is involved in the nourishment. Okay, fine. and sporogenous tissue is there, and between that you see that two lobes are attached by the connective tissue. Okay. And let us talk about the center one, that is a microsporangium. Here you can see that, guys. Microsporangium is consisting of a microspore mother cells. Okay, microsporangium. Can you tell me, guys, whether the microsporangium is diploid or haploid? Tell me, microsporangium is diploid
Haploid.
or haploid? Microsporangium, I'm asking you guys. Microsporangium. Okay, remember, guys, you are studying first time, no? This the tissues, microsporogenous tissue. Inside this, all the cells, all the cells are diploid. Microsporogenous tissues are diploid. Okay, remember, sporogenous tissues are diploid, 2n. So that's why meiosis is going to be happen. Okay, diploid, which all the cells should undergo the meiosis, that mustard should have the diploid, 2n. Okay, fine. I think I already told about the layers. No need to once again tell. Okay, here you can see, guys, sporogenous tissue will be there. Here you can see, 1 minute. Let us study about that in detail here. Okay, what are the layers we studied? See here, epidermis is the outermost layer of the microsporangium. The function is the protection. Middle layer is the made up of parenchyma cell. In the plant kingdom, in the anatomy of the flowering plant, you studied about the plant tissue, right? Simple tissues and the complex tissue. In the simple tissue, you studied which are the simple tissue are there in plant, guys? Which are the simple tissues are there in the plant? Can you tell me? In the chat box, you can tell me which are the 3 types of the simple tissues are there in the plants: parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Right? Very good, Malakshmi. Parenchyma, sclerenchyma, collenchyma. Those all are the simple tissues. Then coming to the complex, xylem and phloem is a complex, right? In the plants. Okay. So the middle layer is made up of the simple, that is the parenchymatous. Okay. Then the endothecium is between the epidermis and tapetum. Between the epidermis and the middle layer. Okay. And it is made up of the pectin and lignin. Fine. So then coming to the tapetum is a sporogenous tissue that is multinucleated, that is having the dense cytoplasma. See here, guys. It is having the dense cytoplasma and it helps giving the nutrition to the pollen grain. Okay. Then here's the one question for you guys. Which one of the following layer has a nutritive function? Okay. Endothecium, epidermis, tapetum, middle layer. You have a 1 minute of the time to answer this question, guys. You can answer me. Very simple question. Very good, Kirtana. Very good, HP. Very good, Rihan. Very good, Nisha. Yes. Yes. Yeah, so many answers I am getting. Yes, Ranganayaki. Very good, Pa. So the correct answer is option C. That is nothing but the tapetum. Right? Okay. Let us talk about the main process, guys. Now we will study about a main process, that is microsporogenesis. Okay. What do you mean by microsporogenesis? Means it is nothing but a production of pollen grain. Pollen grain. Okay. It is also called as, okay, microspore tetrad. We will call as microspore. Production of microspore. It is called as microsporogenesis. Okay. Fine. Which process is going to be involved in this, guys? Which process we are going to be involved in this? Mainly meiosis. Meiosis and also mitosis also involving. Mainly is the meiosis. How many daughter cells you will get at the end of the meiosis? At the end of the meiosis, how many daughter cells you will get, guys? Very good. 4. Very good. It is a 4. Right. At the end of the mitosis, only 2. right? Yes, very good. At the end of the mitosis, only two cells, two daughter cells you are going to get. Okay, fine. 1 minute. We'll go to the microsporogenesis. Okay, guys. Now we studied. Now you have to tell me where is this microsporogenesis is going to be taken place. The microsporogenesis is going to be taken place in microsporangia, right? We have studied a 4 microsporangium is there, right? 4 microsporangium. In each microsporangium, microsporogenesis is going to be taken place. Okay. Now we'll study in the microsporangia, there is a sporogenous tissue is there. Okay. We studied that, right? Inside the microsporangia, there is the sporogenous tissue will be there. In that, some of the cells are converted into the microspore mother cells, MMC, microspore mother cells. Okay. Now that is going to, that is going to undergo the meiosis, that going to form the microspore tetrad, means that are not divided completely. All 4 cells are formed. This is called as microspore tetrad. Okay. Now, okay, 1 minute. Okay. And you know that microsporangia is also called as the pollen sac. Okay. So this is actually going to be taken place. The microspore tetrad now, each microspore tetrad is going to be separate now. Okay. This microspore tetrad is going to be separate and it is going to be form a microspore. Can we call microspore as a male gametophyte or the pollen grain, guys? Or any other reaction is going to be taken place here, or anything is going to be taken place? We are not going to call a microspore as a male gametophyte or suddenly a pollen grain. Okay. Another development is going to be taken place. Then only we are going to call it as pollen grain. Okay. Or we can call it as a primary pollen grain. Okay. Or unmatured pollen grain. We can call it as that. Okay. I think you understood this, right? Do you understood this thing, guys? This slide, do you have any questions over here? Can you give me thumbs up if you understood, means where is a microsporogenesis is going to be taken place? In the sporangium. Okay, I will repeat once again. See here. We have studied answer, right? In the answer, we studied bilobed structure, right? It is looks like this, right? We do the we cutted that. Then it is exactly look like this. 1 minute. Okay, so it is look like this. Here you can see a 4 microsporogenous tissue will be there, right? Here you can see one I am taking here. This is a microsporogenous tissue. Inside this, all the cells are there. This sporogenous tissue, one of the sporogenous tissue here going to convert into the microspore mother cell. Okay, now this black color we are going to call as microspore mother cell. Okay, it is not compulsory that only one cell has to become the microspore mother cell. Other cell also will become, some other cells also will become. So many cells will also become microspore mother cells at a time. Okay. Now this microspore mother cell is undergoing the meiosis. Meiosis. What is this ploidy of this microspore mother cell, guys? 2n. Okay. This undergo the meiosis. Then it is going to be formed the tetrad. Tetrad. Tetrad here means all the 4 cells are attached here. All the 4 microspores are attached here, but they are not separated. Okay. After that, sometime this all that microspore tetrad is going to be divided and it is going to be formed the 4 microspore. Okay, 4 microspores. These microspores are haploid. These microspores are haploid. Yes or no? Haploid. These microspores we are not going to call as the suddenly a pollen grain. Okay. Now it is called as a primary pollen grain or the immature pollen grain. Okay. Remember. Do you understood this now? Tell me, guys, do you understood now? Do you have any questions over here? HP, did you understood now? Okay, Pa, thank you. Yes, Nikita, did you understood, Pa? This all the process is actually taking place in anther. Anther, remember. For the anther, supporting system is style. Okay, remember. Fine. Now let us study once again that only, guys. For your brief clarification, see here. This is the sporogenous tissue, right? Sporogenous tissue that is present in the anther, right? Now this sporogenous tissue also called as a microsporangium. Inside this microsporangium, sporogenous tissue, some of them will convert into the microspore mother cell. Okay. Now this is going to be undergo the meiosis. Meiosis, these microspore mother cells are diploid. This is undergo the meiosis. Now this is going to form this type of tetrad. Here, this is form the tetrad. Four cells are attached, group of the four cell. I think now you understood, got the clarity here. Okay, fine. So here you can see, guys, once the microspores has been formed or once the pollen grains become matured, see here, not only immediately the pollen grain, once the pollen grain has become matured, this is going to be happen. See here, this is the wall, right? Which all the wall is going to be involved in the dehiscence? Now only we studied, right? Dehiscence. Dehiscence means breaking out of the wall. Which are the three layers? Four layers we studied, right? Which are the mainly three layers involved in the dehiscence? Dehiscence of the anther wall. The anther wall is going to rupture and it is going to come out. You can see here. Whenever you pluck out this anther here, this yellow color part in the flower, you can see that some of the dusty particle you can see, right? Here dehiscence has happened. So that's why you can see the dusty part. That is nothing but the pollen grain. Which are the three layers involved in the dehiscence means epidermis, endothelium, middle layer. Very good, Dinesh. Yes. Okay. The tapetum only in the nourishment. This all the three layers now that is broken down. Epidermis, endothelium, middle layer now broken out. Now this pollen grains is going to be come out. Okay. So here where the dehiscence is going to be happen, that part is called as stomium. See here, guys. This is a very, very important part.
ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ಶಾಟ್ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಕುಂತ ಬರೀ ಲಕ್ಷ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿ
Okay. This part we are going to be called as a stomium. 1 minute. Make a point of this, guys. Stomium. See here. This part is going to be divided, right? The endothelium, epidermis, and the middle layer. And this part, the connection, that part is called as a stomium. The point from where the anther releases the pollen. The anther is going to be released. For example, you can see here, this is a part, okay? In this part now, this part is called as the stomium, okay? Where two fingers is joined, right? That part I am going to call it as a stomium. This part consisting of all the three layers. Now, this is going to be broken down. This part actually I am going to call as stomium. I am going to broken down this now, and that is the pollen grain is going to be releasing out. From the stomium, the pollen grain is releasing. That part is called, that point is called as a stomium. Remember. Okay, fine. So here is the question for you guys. Think once again and answer to this question. Okay. Microsporogenesis result in the formation of option A, microspore mother cell. Option B, pollen grain. Option C, microspore tetrad. Option D, microsporangia. Think once again. Here pollen grain means always a matured one. Okay. Think once again and tell me. Okay. I am launching the poll. Don't get confused over here. Very good, Nikita. Very good, Rupashri. Very good. Very good. Don't get confused. Very good. Very good, Tengmanes. Yes, yes, yes. Think about once again, guys. When the microsporogenesis happened, on that time we are going to get the microspores. That is a microspore. Very good. microspore tetrad. I'm sharing the result. Yeah, 70% given the option C, only 5% given A, and 15% B, and 10% D. Student, all are given the wrong answer. Just remember, after the microsporogenesis, see here, all are given the microspore mother cells. Guys, the microspore mother cells is diploid. The result of the microsporogenesis is haploid. Right? Microspore mother cells only involving the microsporogenesis. So that's why it is wrong answer. Okay. Then coming to the pollen grain, it is a matured one. No, suddenly from the microsporogenesis, we will not get the pollen grain. So that is also wrong. We are getting first one is the microspore tetrad. Okay. What is this? Some of them are given microsporangia. Here you have seen that, right? This is microsporangial tissue. Inside one is going to be converted that into microspore mother cell. This cell is undergoing the meiosis. That is nothing but the microsporogenesis. Microsporogenesis. Okay. That is going to be from the tetrad of microspore. Then it is going to be released the microspores. Okay. This is microspores. Okay. Fine. Okay, let us talk about the pollen grain structure, guys. See here. Now we are going to talk about the structure of the pollen grain. Listen here, okay? So here I already told, this is a microsporogenous tissue or microspore mother cell, okay? So this microspore mother cell is undergoing meiosis. It is formed tetrad. Then it is formed the 4 microspores, right? Now, only one microspore I am taking, and we are studying the one microspore. Okay. This one microspore we are going to call as young pollen grain. Young pollen grain. Okay. See here, what is there in the young pollen grain? The young pollen grain is covered by the outer layer. See here, guys. The outer layer is there. That will be looks like different. Some are having the smooth layer, or some are having the very spiny kind of layer. That is called as the exine. Outer layer is the exine. Okay. This exine is made up of sporopollenin. What is called as sporopollenin is an organic compound, that is a sporopollenin. Okay. And you have to remember, guys, this sporopollenin is resistant. It is resistant to the acidic condition and the more alkaline and the any environmental condition. It is resistant, sporopollenin. Okay. And for nothing is going to be damaged this exine. It will be covered the pollen. Okay. And the intine is called as the inner part of the pollen grain. And the pollen grain is a cell, means it should have the nuclei, right? It is having the nuclei. Remember, okay? This is having the nuclei. Okay, this is about the structure of the pollen. Now, what is structure of the young pollen, or we are calling as the microspore? What is happening now is these microspore undergoing next process, means it is undergoing the mitosis. Okay. Now, one time it is undergoing the mitosis. Now, inside this pollen, it will form the 2-cell stage, guys. Here, okay, this is a microspore. You can see this is a pollen grain. Now we call it as a pollen grain. It is having the nucleus, okay, and it is having the one more cell, okay. It is having the one more cell, and 2-cell state. It is having the 2 cells, okay. The 2 cells, first is called as the vegetative cell, and the second one we will call as the generative cell. Generative cell. Okay, cell. 2 cells are there in the 2 stage. That is the one is a generative cell and another one is a vegetative cell. Okay, now what will happen? The second mitosis is going to be happen. In the second mitosis, which cell is undergoing the mitosis? Vegetative cell? No. The generative cell undergoing again mitosis. Undergoing again mitosis. Now, it is going to form the 3-cell stage. Okay. 3-cell stage. Now, which are the pollen grains are having the 3-cell stage? See here, this is a nuclei, 3-cell stage, and this cell we are calling as a vegetative cell. Vegetative cell. Inside the vegetative cell, the generative cell is floating. How in the soup the vegetables are floating, right? Like that, the soup is nothing but the generative cell. Inside that soup, the vegetables are floating, right? That vegetables, there are two things are there. That is nothing but the generative. That is nothing but generative cell. Did you understood this? Let us understand once again here. I will tell you. Okay, I will tell you this structure here. Okay. Let us talk about the pollen grain, guys. Okay, male gametophyte. Pollen grain is called as a male gametophyte. You can see generally pollen grain will be spherical in shape. Okay, round structure and 25 to 50 millimeter in diameter. Okay, the cytoplasma is surrounded by the plasma membrane. Here you can see this is the structure of the male gametophyte or the pollen grain. This a brown color part you can see, right? This brown color part, that brown color part we are going to be called as exine. Here also you can see, guys, exine. That may be smooth or that may be a spiny. Okay. And here you can see in some part the exine is absent. Some part you cannot see the exine. It is not covered by the exine. Okay. That part you can see, that is called as the germ pore. That part we will call as germ pore. Germ pore. Remember, it is called as germ pore. Where sporopollenin is absent, that is called as germ pore. Okay. And I already told that wherever the exine is present, exine is made up of the sporopollenin. It is resistant to the all the conditions. Okay. Then coming to the inner layer. Inner layer. The inner layer is nothing but the intine. Okay. Inner layer is intine. We already studied intine. And inside here, generative cell and another one is a vegetative cell. Here you can see one is a vegetative cell and another one is a generative cell. Vegetative cell is a bigger one. Generative cell is a smaller one. Vegetative cell, inside the vegetative cell, the generative cell is floating. Okay. Fine. This all the thing we now only we studied, guys. I am telling you once again. Just remember, exine is a hard outer layer made up of sporopollenin, highly resistant organic material in a word. Okay. It can withstand high temperatures, strong acids, alkali, and even enzymes cannot degrade the sporopollenin. Okay. And the expine, where the exine is absent, that places we are going to call as sporopollenin. Where the sporopollenin is absent, that is called as a germ pore. Okay. Then pollen grains we can preserve as a fossil for the many thousand years because of sporopollenin. Okay. And you can exhibit, you can see the exine exhibits a different pattern, nothing but in some of the plants pollen grain are smooth, and in some of the plants pollen grains are very like a spiny structure. Some are not having even a correct structure also. Okay. Then coming to the inner wall, that is the inner wall is made up of intine is called as, that is made up of cellulose and the pectin. Remember, outer layer made up of sporopollenin, inner layer made up of cellulose and pectin. Do you understood? Can you give me thumbs up, guys? Have you understood about the structure of structure of pollen grain? Do you have any questions over here? Yes, Mahalakshmi. Exine is very strong. And intine is, yes, very good. Sporopollenin. HP, sporopollenin is nothing but some molecules. Organic molecule. You can see that cell wall. Cell wall is nothing but the organic molecule, right? It is also the sporopollenin is nothing but the one of the molecule. That is nothing but the organic molecule. Okay. Fine. Okay, I have told you already, guys. In some of the MCQ questions, some of the examinations, you will get the questions also because of the from the vegetative cell and the generative cell. You have to remember, I already told, vegetative cell is the bigger one. It is a bigger wala. Okay. And having the food reserves, and it is a large and irregular nucleus. It is having large and irregular nucleus. Then coming to the generative cell, it is a small and it is floating in the cytoplasm of vegetative cell. Okay. And a spindle shaped with the a dense cytoplasm and nucleus. Remember, questions will come from the vegetative cell and generative cell also. Vegetative is bigger one. Inside that, the floating wala is generative. Now I have a question, guys. There is a two cell staged pollen grain is there. Okay. Now it has to convert into the three cell staged pollen grain. Okay. Now which cell is going to the meiosis? Meiosis or mitosis? Which cell is going division, whether the division is mitosis or meiosis? Whether vegetative cell is going for the meiosis, mitosis or generative cell? Very good, HP. Yes. The generative cell, right? The generative cell is undergoing for the mitosis. Very good, Sanjana. Very good, Dinesh. Very good, Nisha. Yes. Generative cell is undergoing the mitosis. Then it is forming the three cell stage. Okay. Fine. So here we studied, guys. Right? 1 minute. Some pollen grains will, in the angiosperm, some pollen grains will shed at the two cell stage. Okay. Means 60%. This percentage is important. Okay. 60% of the angiosperm will shed at the two cell stage. Remaining 40% will shed at the three cell stage. Okay. The maximum is two cell stage only. The two cell is nothing but generative and vegetative. If the another three cell has to be go means, the generative cell is further going to be divided to the male gamete. Okay. Now, question, guys. Which cell is going to be form a male gamete? Which cell? Vegetative cell or the generative cell? Which cell is going to be act as a male gamete? Vegetative cell or generative cell? Very good. Generative cell. Generative. Very good, Malakshmi. Very good, HP. The generative cell. Very good, Dinesh. Generative cell is going to be act as a male gamete. Remember, guys, I am not telling you pollen grain as a male gamete. Pollen grain is male gametophyte. Okay. Pollen grain is having the generative cell that is going to be act as a male gamete. Remember, difference between male gametophyte and male gamete. Okay. Okay, fine, guys. Okay. Guys, when the pollen grain has been formed, that pollen grain has to be go and sit on the stigma of the female reproductive part. Yes or no? It has to be fall on the, before its viability, before it is losing its viability, it has to be fall on the stigma. This is stigma of the female reproductive part. The pollen grain has to be fall on the stigma. Okay, within the viability. What is that viability? Till that it will be active. Okay. So for the some of the pollen grains are having the viability only for 30 minutes. Those all are rice and wheat. Okay. Some pollen grains are having the viability for the month. Those are the Rosaceae, Leguminosae, Solanaceae. Okay. Some are maintaining the viability for till month. Those are examples are Rosaceae, Leguminosae, Solanaceae. Okay, fine. In the next class, we will continue the chapter, guys. The homework for you is whatever the things we have studied, go through that. Okay. So I'm going to give you launching the poll for you guys. You can kindly give me your feedback of the today's class. Yeah, I'm launching the poll. Class feedback. You can give me your feedback. If you have any questions, kindly ask me. Okay. If you don't have any question, means you can prepare for your next class. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. And you all are brave students and you are understanding and you are answering to the questions. All are correctly, guys. Very nice. Yeah. So before coming to the tomorrow class, you have to read this all the thing and you have to come. Okay. So kindly give me your feedback and you can go to the next class. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. We'll meet in the next class. Yes, Ranganayaki, I will try to upload. Pa. Okay, I will provide you the notes and all the things. And I am having the mind maps also. That also I will provide. Okay. Thank you.